Our journey across Russia brings us to Chuna, 4,600 kilometers east of Moscow. It's still very early in the morning in this small town in Russia's far east. Yet, the train station is already full of people waiting. But these aren't passengers, and the train is unlike any other. This is a medical train that roams the most remote areas of Siberia, offering first-class healthcare to estranged villagers. 10 wagons, 25 doctors and nurses, all of them passionate about their job. Valery Antonov is no exception. He's been working on the train for 3 years.
Абсолютно. Я люблю вот поезда.
I am crazy about trains. Since my childhood. When I was a kid, I was dreaming of becoming a conductor. Now I am a doctor, but I work in a train.
Работаю врачом.
Valery is an ultrasound specialist, and there's always a very long lineup in the corridor in front of his compartment.
Мне работа нравится, потому что я врач.
I love my job because, as a doctor, I've always wanted to help people, especially in remote areas.
Пациентам отдаленных территорий.
The truth is that these people won't go to the hospital on their own, but after we examine them, they'll be followed and will receive treatment.
Будут направлены, будут вылечены.
The train's mission is to screen and offer early diagnosis of common illnesses. From x-rays to blood tests, everything is done on board, on the spot. For patients, it's a unique opportunity to see a series of healthcare specialists in a single day: neurologist, cardiologist, an eye doctor, and many others, all for free.
I once waited in vain for 2 days to see a surgeon or an endocrinologist. Here, I've already seen almost all doctors in less than a day.
It's very good. They do all the tests here. ECG, ultrasound. For us old people, it's very convenient.
The Russian railway company RGD pays for everything. It operates a total of 5 medical trains like this one.
It's our duty towards our current and retired workers and towards the local population. In most cases, the train is the only way to reach these remote areas.
Там достаточно много населенных пунктов, очень мелких.
We often stop in small towns and villages with sometimes just a handful of houses. But there are people who live there and can't afford to travel to big cities to get the care they need. So we go and help them.
Делаем диагностику.
The train keeps moving, never stopping for more than a day or two. When we reach the small remote village of Targiz, the need is clear. This is Zinaida Mudovina's hometown. She's a teacher at the local school. Over the years, since the sawmill shut down, she's seen many villagers leave the area, slowly turning Targiz into a ghost town, cut off from the rest of the world.
The roads here are in terrible condition. You can't reach the big city. The train is the only option. And because of the distance, it's really hard to evacuate the sick or the wounded. They risk dying on the way.
For some, getting to the train is a challenge in itself. This four-wheel drive ambulance gives them a much-needed ride to the train station, albeit a bumpy one. Zinaida Mudovina gets there on her own, a 40-minute walk. Just like everyone here, she doesn't want to let the opportunity slip away. The medical train only comes here once a year.
I came to do a series of tests and be examined. I've already seen 5 doctors so far. Everything's fine. The people are very welcoming.
Я чувствую, что я исполняю свой долг.
There is a real need for such a train, and I really feel that I'm doing my duty as a doctor when I help those people who have nowhere else to go.
Только у нас.
Of course, for the doctors and the nurses who work here, what makes this a very special assignment is that the train is not only their workplace, it's also where they live. They leave everyday life behind for the 15-day stretches they spend on board the train, living a very simple life.
Тот ущерб, который мы
The satisfaction we get from helping these people totally makes up for the sacrifices we have to make, living away from home and family.
открываю, чтобы для устойчивости я использую специальную.
Here I can read, drink tea, In the evening I have supper, then sometimes I do sports outside.
В летний период очень мне нравится, что я могу...
In the summertime, I like to go fishing. Then we cook the fish we catch or make soup. We can't do that in the city.
For Antonov, this is also a unique opportunity to travel.
Запоминающимися остались
I remember great sceneries,
зеленые
green mountains,
горы,
and train tunnels.
туннели.
I love railway architecture,
Мне нравится вот
and
эта
I've
вот
made a bunch of photos.
архитектура железнодорожная.
And for this doctor who's crazy about trains, there is no better way to get to know his country and its people than the railway. Jean-Francois, CBC News, Dabbakh, Eastern Siberia.